my friend, who's a Go player, actually was also super into speed cubing. So I wasn't sure if there's something related there.
I mean,
Were you very into it for a
for
while?
for a while, I was really into it,
Hmm.
but um, I guess
Do you
like,
remember any of your times?
oh yeah, my fastest was like, I don't know, a 17-second, 16-second solo, but like I wasn't that good. Like, but
That sounds good to me.
um
Go on.
the people at like I me or my friend got me into speed cubing in like fifth grade or something, or yeah, something like that. And then eventually we got like so many people to start speed cubing in our school. Like we would have
Mm.
like a lunch break, and like at least 10 people would be like speed cubing in our school.
That is cool. I don't think my friend had as much success as you. I think he was the lone speed cuber at his school. But that's super cool. I think I've also seen a listener mail at some point of somebody else being into speed cubing. I don't know if there's like a connection between Go and speed cubing,
Well, I
but
feel like
that's
it's kind of
uh-huh.
like I don't know, like a thinking aspect. Like
Mm.
like well, I don't know if my dad told you, but like I personally did like a decent amount of chess. Um
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah, I'd love to get into that too. Let's welcome our listeners. You're listening to Startpoint, the show about Go for Go fans. Away from the board, I have a very special guest with us today. I'm sure you've heard his voice by now, but his name is Kai. Why don't you introduce yourself? Just basic stuff like your name, age, rank, and maybe like what you told me about your background.
okay, hi, my name is Kai. I am 14, and Uh, I play in Japanese dojo, so my Japanese rank is 3 Dan. Yeah. Um,
Great. And then where are you from? And like your kind of geographical history.
um, I'll keep it short. I used to
Uh-huh.
live in the US, but now I live in Japan. Yeah.
Great. So I'm actually so curious about a lot of stuff about your life, uh, being from where you are from and being a Go player, three Dan Go player, very strong, right?
Yeah,
Um,
but I
I,
liked your episode on where you talked about like the translation between like like other ranks and like Japanese ranks, like how they're like
mhm.
very different.
Yeah, that was a Reddit post that I was reading, and I don't know. It's really hard to it's just like one person's point of view of like an experience of the differences in ranks, but it was very stark that that one experience. I think I remember like three of the kids just got totally demolished at the tournaments.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, do you know or have a feeling of whether that could be true or not?
I feel like it's somewhat true. Actually, we had like a few Thai players, like
Hmm.
come over like a few weeks ago to like play. I mean, like some of them were pretty strong, but I got to play against one guy who spoke English, so that was fun. Yeah.
And how's your Japanese?
My
Do you
English
get
is
by?
Yeah, my English is definitely better than my Japanese, but you you could definitely call me fluent. So like I can I can still communicate. Like I'm not the
Mm-hmm.
best, but I can still definitely communicate and have casual conversations with Japanese people.
Yeah, I mean, being at your age, I think this is like the perfect time for you to be over there learning as much or improving as much of your Japanese as possible
Yeah.
because you've lived in the US, I think, long enough to get the English. For me, I grew up here in the States And the only Korean that I learned was from my family, so it's a little shaky, but I do okay. But you're gonna do much better with both languages, I think. I was curious about how you came to know about Go.
Oh yeah, okay. So basically, my mom had a friend that was like pretty good at Go, I think like a sixth dan or something. Yeah.
Hmm.
And and my mom was like, "Well, I play chess, so it would make sense for me to like maybe like go." So my mom asked me and I was like, "Okay, sure." Um and like I don't know, around a week later, um he comes over to my house and starts to teach me Go. And at first, I was like, I don't know if I'll really like this because like I barely even understood the game.
Mm-hmm. And how
Uh,
old were you at the time?
oh, I've only been playing Go for like 7 months.
And you're 3 dan? Oh my goodness.
Well, I play chess, so I think that correlates over a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
How long did you play chess for before then?
like, well, I low key, well, not quit, but like, I low key lost a little interest because the thing about Go I like more than chess is that it's more diverse. Like, chess felt a little repetitive to me a
Mm.
bit. Like, like after the first four moves, you're seeing something different. Like,
Yeah, and that can be overwhelming for a lot of people, actually.
that's what I find fun about Go.
Yes.
Well,
Um,
back
can
to
I ask,
yeah.
do you what your elo might have been if when you were playing chess?
Yeah, I was like, well, I peaked at 1,100 on chess.com, but I only played for
Mm.
like, I don't know, like 3 months. I don't know.
Oh wow, that's still really impressive. I think you're better than me at chess, and I've been playing a lot longer than you. I don't really play very often, but um,
I think
I went through my phase.
my dad initially got me into chess. He's like 1,700 rated on chess.com. So,
That's pretty impressive as well.
well, back to my um how I got into Go today.
Yeah, yeah. You were talking about your mom's friend, I believe.
Yeah, so like yeah, they introduced oh yeah, and yeah, I was kind of um like questioning if I was gonna get into it, like, and then the second week, like he came the next week. I think it was like Sunday, yeah, and um he like we played a match on like the 9x9 board. Um, well, he taught me a few things like uh kind of hard for me to remember the English names
Yeah.
on this because I get taught in Japanese. Shicho,
Well, just maybe, yeah,
it's ladder. Yeah,
the latter. Uh
yeah.
huh.
In
Yeah, yeah.
Japanese,
That's one of the first things you learn. Yeah.
I think we call that shicho.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know the Japanese term for that.
And
That's one of the few English phrases for go.
the net, I think you call it geta.
Yes, I think a lot of the listeners may know Geta because of some of the books.
Yeah. Okay. And what one thing that was cool is like my teacher the teacher told me to capture a stone, which I was able to put in a ladder, and it was cool that I was able to find out how to do the ladder without him
Mm.
telling me. Um,
And that was only around 7 months ago.
yeah.
Wow. And now you're 3 dan. That still blows my mind because I've been playing for so many years and I'm still only like 3Q on OGS. Um, And I mean, it's an advantage of being young, but also I'm sure you're very talented at the game, and it seems like you're very interested in the game. And your dad also told me you're into Hikaru no Go.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty good.
but you didn't find out about Go through it. You
Yeah,
caught you
I started Go,
mhm.
and then, well, logically, what are you gonna watch? Something about Go.
True, true. Yeah, when you get obsessed with Go, you look for stuff to watch about Go.
Yeah.
Did you watch it? You watched it. You didn't read the
Yeah,
manga.
I have like the first um like book for the manga, but I
Mm-mm.
barely read it, so
Is it in Japanese or English?
I think Japanese, yeah.
Oh, I have the
I
first, I think, four.
I wish they like made a continuation, like so good.
Oh, like after what happened?
Yeah, like
Yeah, that would be cool.
actually doing the divine move as they call it in English. Yeah.
Yeah, because they kind of tease you with it. They talk about it the whole series, and
Yeah,
then
and
there's
then they
no.
don't even do it.
Maybe I don't know. Is there such a thing as a divine move?
Um,
One of my favorite things about Hikaru no Go is I think his name, the old man, Kuwabara.
yeah.
He says something about how in order for a good, like a really really great masterpiece game of Go to occur, you need two great players, not just
Yeah.
one. And I
Maybe
don't
it's
know
like
when. I mean,
the his Hikaru Hikaru and Akira.
yeah. So they could maybe one day play
Yeah.
the divine, or one of them would. I guess not both of them, but
By the way,
yeah.
in
Uh,
Japanese, um
mm-hmm.
it kind of translate it says um kami no itte, I think, and that translates to like God's one move. Like,
Ah,
yeah.
so that's the translation of the divine move.
Kind of, yeah, like what it says in Japanese.
Hmm. I wonder, what do you think a divine move would look like? What do you think that would make it? How would you realize that that was like the perfect move?
Uh, I don't know, like the AlphaGo.
AlphaGo? Which one? The one that AlphaGo plays, or the one that Lisa played?
Wait, which like the Move 37 one?
Uh huh. The wedge.
Yeah, 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 that one.
But you know that wedge later on, after analyzing it, we found out it doesn't work, right?
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit on the AlphaGo episode, one of the AlphaGo episodes.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, yeah, so it's I don't know. I think the whole AI thing it can kind of ruin the magic a little bit sometimes when you know too much about what's going on. Um, I still think it was an awesome epic move because it worked. It won the game for him. But I don't. I guess I'm also not strong enough to understand like how it doesn't or it does work.
Yeah, yeah, true. That
Yeah.
that would take me a while for me to understand.
Mm-mm. So, you're 7 months into your Go journey. Is Go? I'm sure you're super still into Go a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah.
And I kind of wanted to know about the what it's like playing Go in Japan and what people think of it and things like that. Can you maybe comment on how popular is Go? Like, does
It's
everyone basically know what it is? Do you
I
have friends who play who are not super serious about it?
Um, well, I go to an international school, so it's less like Japanese,
Mm, mm,
but like, well, my Japan if I usually if I mention Go around my Japanese friends, they wouldn't know how to play it, but they would know what it is, I guess. But
mm-hmm.
like, well, I mean, I think like I have I have a Korean friend um that knows about like Go, I guess. Um
Mm-hmm.
and I joke that I want to be a GoPro.
You joke about it?
Like, cause GoPro, like the camera.
Oh, I see. I see. I missed it. Um, yeah, honestly that sounds a little like my experience with Koreans. When I think if I mention Go, everyone will know what it is, but no one will know how to play it.
Yeah, exactly,
Um,
exactly.
So, okay, what about this question? Do you think amongst like people your age, chess is more popular or Go
Chess,
in
definitely.
Japan? Really?
Cause
And this is like just straight up Western chess, right?
yeah, cause like, well, I think I was one of the main people who got my friends into chess, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, we kind of started, and then like, oh, I kind of just wrecked everybody because I was like higher elo, except for one person that already started, like already used to play chess, and he was uh, way like at the time way higher. I think he's like 1,400 right now rated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm kinda getting a little back into chess because, like, the, main 3 board games are chess, Go, and shogi, and I
Mm-hmm.
I know how some of the pieces move in shogi, but it seems maybe a little more complicated than chess, I guess, because, the ability to place stones
Yeah.
back onto the board.
It is very yeah, it is very complicated. I have at one point I knew the rules. I probably if I look at it again, I will have forgotten how some of the pieces move. I think what's hard for me is the Japanese characters on
Oh,
the
yeah, and
pieces.
I think
It's hard for
same
me to.
here as well. I think I feel like if you start doing it, you'd probably get used to it.
Hmm.
But I kind of
Yeah, no, I know when I
yeah,
was learning, I kind of had it for that moment at least. But now that time has passed and I haven't touched it in a while, it's hard to remember.
yeah. Well, I guess I kind of just like strategic games. Like
Hmm.
I I liked uh Tic-Tac-Toe, Connect Four.
Hmm.
Like yeah, I did a lot of
Games where you have to think a bit
yeah.
while you're playing. Do you like other board games? Like oh, I don't know. Do you I guess I don't know which one to throw out, but like Settlers of Catan, Carcassonne, any of these games like I
There's
mean,
like
I'm
a
sure there's like Monopoly, but
There's like a game I saw. It kind of looks like Go, but it's not really. I
mhm.
low-key forget the name, but yeah.
There are a few. There's one called Abalone with like white and black stones.
Um,
Um oh, what's it
yeah.
called? Reversi is the one that everyone thinks Go is. It's
No, no,
also
no.
called
You know what
Othello.
everyone thinks Go is? Othello.
Mhm. Yeah, Othello. That one. It's
Bro, it
is that
actually,
also popular in Japan? Like, do people think about that game as well?
well, like it's it's less like it's popular. It's more like it's just well known. Like it's just a
It's more.
common game. So whenever whenever I say like, "Oh, do you know what Go is?" and like they're like, no, maybe," and I'm like, "Oh, it's like a game with black and white stones," and then their mind instantly jumps to Othello, so
Even in Japan, like people who live in Japan.
yeah, yeah,
Oh wow, wow. That's
Othello's pretty well
honestly
known.
slightly sad. It's a little sad to me, because it's like I'm trying to raise Go awareness here in the U.S. to make sure everyone. But if it's like not even, oh man, if people are thinking of Othello in Japan, I guess it's just maybe it's not a Western issue after all. Maybe it's just the fact that Go is a little
Yeah, I mean, it's
challenging and
definitely
hard to
more
understand.
popular in Japan
Mm-hmm.
than, like, the US, but, like, I mean, I'm sure, like, I feel like how people know about Go is, like, their parents play with them as kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just don't play anymore, and,
Mm.
like like
You could probably find
yeah.
some you know, parents and older, like maybe grandparents who play Go. Maybe not super hard to find over there in Japan. Um, and also, if you were to go to like, I don't know, just a supermarket, and then you go to like a random person and ask them, "Hey, do you know what Go is?" I think I would assume in Japan most of them would be like, "Yeah, I know what that is." Like, and if you asked someone here in the States, most of them would be like, "No, I've never heard of that." So there's at least that that kind of difference, I think, of awareness in Japan. But that's why I'm surprised to hear about the Othello thing.
Yeah. Like I feel like well like older people like are more cultured and would know more about Go.
Mm,
And I guess it's kind of their decision if they want to like pass it down to the younger generation.
mm-hmm.
Um and like actually my teacher is like uh, uh also really wants to like spread Go, like my original teacher. And like with American guy, I'm not sure, they made like a website for Go, like just playing Go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called playgo.gg. And
Is
like
that just like a normal Go server?
yeah, it's kind of, I used to use OGS, but now
Uh
that's
huh.
kind of what I use now.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Are you able
actually,
to make get matches pretty quick?
yeah, decently quick actually. It's actually grown like really quickly.
Cool. I'll
Um,
have to check that one out. I'll link it in the description for you all as well.
yeah, it's actually,
Playgo.gg.
yeah, it's kind of like supposed to be like the Go version of chess.com.
Hmm.
There's You can do puzzles, you can watch other games. There's um well yeah, you can learn like it has like a beginner section for uh learning Go. Um yeah, and there's like a
This
lot
is
of stuff that is interactive, and they like they have like frequent updates. Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. Like I remember when there was like nothing on the website.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
I'm looking at it now. It looks pretty fleshed out. And actually, one of the interesting things I'm noting is the way they do ranks. Is they look like it looks like they're doing an elo system,
yeah, yeah.
and
So
they're
basically,
not focusing on the Q down ranks as much.
so how it works, I think, in the just for the playgo.gg is, I think you start at a 30 Q rating. I don't think you can go um below that. And every
Mm-hmm.
100 elo you gain, you go up 1 Q. So if you're 1,000 elo, then you're 20 Q. I think that's
I
their
see.
system.
When I hover over these numbers, though, it says like 1 Q to 4 Dan, dependent on region, for
Yeah,
like a 3,000
I'm not 100% sure
person.
how it like how they do it, but that's kind of how it works for
So
me, I guess.
is this website the main way you play online nowadays?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. How many games do you think you play like a day?
Not like a crazy amount because of course I'm still a kid, so I gotta balance my school, my homework, my everything with
Mm-hmm.
playing Go. That's kind of like the issue with
Mm-hmm.
playing Go as a kid. You have to manage the rest of your life,
Yeah.
while also playing Go.
Hey, it's same challenge as an adult. Like you,
Yeah,
you have the rest of your life to manage while you're doing that too. So it's very hard
true,
to
true. Yeah.
commit. Yeah. Um, I was wondering also. about how the ranking system works in Japan. When you say you're 3 dan, I assume that's from. Is that where's that from?
So in Japan, there's basically two like types of schools you can go to. One is called Kansai Kiin, and the
Mm-hmm.
other is called um Nihon Kiin.
Okay.
And
Everyone's heard of the Nihon Keen, I think. I haven't heard of the other one.
yeah, so basically, I go to the other one. I go to Kansai Kiin. It like
Mm-hmm.
just depends on where in Japan you are. Um, and that's my closest like dojo for Go. So I can kind of explain to you how the leveling system works in
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
so basically you start since there's little kids that barely understand Go, they have to have a really low
Mm.
level.
Floor.
So yeah, so you start at level 1. Well, no, they evaluate your level and then they put you into a rank, but the first rank is level 1. And then that continue it depends on the rank, but if you win a certain amount, if you rank up based on if you win a certain amount in a row, or um you win a certain amount with only blah 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 losses.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
right now for me, I would have to, I think, go 6-2 if I wanted to rank up, and I think I'd have to go 1-7 if I was gonna D rank.
Oh,
But
that sounds kind of like the Fox ranking system. Have you ever played on Fox?
no, I have not.
Oh, okay. Because what servers have you played on besides PlayGo.gg?
Pretty much just OGS, I guess. Yeah.
Just OGS. Oh, so you know how OGS every time you win or lose a game, it'll
Yeah.
slightly adjust your
It
rank.
was a bit
Um,
confusing for me because it's kind of hard to like the thing I like about Lego is that after every match it pops up on your screen and it shows
mhm.
how
It
much
shows
your
what happened.
elo went up or down.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe OGS should take notes. Um, but yeah, so it's like every game, right? But if you go on Fox, it's what you're kind of describing. Kansai Kin is what you said.
Yeah.
Is where every time you play, when you open up your record, you will see your like current last however many games,
Oh,
and
six. Yeah.
yeah,
So
and then you'll see like, oh, if you have like 6 losses and 7 wins, like your next game is like 8 out of, I don't know how many you need for each rank, but it's different for every single rank, and you just need
yeah,
that
that's
threshold. So it
exactly
sounds
how it
similar.
works. Yeah.
Okay. So, that's very interesting. That's not how the AGA works either. So the AGA is more like the OGS system where you just keep playing games,
Yeah.
and then every time you play, it'll go up or down.
Yeah, that seems like
Uh,
America. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so you started right from the bottom and you played
Oh,
games at like I assume tournaments, or is it just you
no, no,
go
no,
in
you
and there's
just
like club games?
yeah, you just play. Well, there's like 3 sessions, but every session you can either win, you can lose, yeah. So basically, you start at level 1 until level 15, and then after level 15, you go on to 70Q, and
70?
yes, 70, and then you can go so I think you go up until 9Q until there's this thing called Kaku Shiken.
Hmm.
So basically, instead of after going from 8Q to 10Q to 9Q, um, you go from 10Q to 9 kaku,
Mm-hmm.
and um you need to out of 3 games, you need to initially win 1 game against someone with that's a higher Q than you, like, if
Mm-hmm.
you're doing 9 kaku, so you play as a 9Q, and let's say you're playing against a 5Q, uh,
Mm.
and, um, you also have to win against a teacher while playing with, your 9Q rating, and if you're able to win like against those 2 people within three matches, then you go up to 9Q, and this happens for um 3Q and uh 1 dan, but we call it shodan in like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I know some people call it Shodan. So, if I'm understanding, if you were beating your teacher, I'm assuming handicap stones are
Yeah,
involved.
yeah, of course,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, right. Because like, I mean, if you just straight up beat your teacher, I'm like, maybe you
Okay,
should be
you're
even
pro
higher.
now. Okay.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Do you ever get to visit the states at all?
I mean, oh yeah, I go to the US like I don't know, in like the summer I go to like a camp. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, have you ever experienced any Go things here?
I mean, no, because I haven't been back to the US since I've started Go, so yeah.
I see. Would you be interested in like ever attending a Go tournament in the US?
It would be cool. I mean, we have a lot of like Go tournaments here in Japan. Like I just went to one recently where like we like you get into a rank based or like a league based on the combined rank of your team. I had 2 other people, and
Oh, you had a team?
by 1 dawn, we barely qualified for the highest league, so, um and, like, there were 2 5 dawns and I was a 3 dawn, and we
Mm-hmm.
were going up against, like, people with, like, 3 6 dawns, and
Oh, wow.
I would have to play against those people with no handicap, so
And how did that go?
not great, but, like, a person I was supposed if we were at the dojo, I would be able to I would place 2 stones. I had a really close game even though they were, like, way higher ranked than me, so that was nice. But I
It's
just
really
got
cool that you got to do
yeah.
team stuff over there. I don't think there are enough Go players here to be able to organize a team tournament. How many games was that, and how many days?
Oh, no, it's just 1, like, a day, you
Just
don't
one.
yeah, and, since there's not too many people of high rank, I think we had, like, 3 games over the day. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure we were like, other leagues had, like, 4, but since there were only 4 teams, you can only have 3 games against the other 3 teams, so, yeah.
Hmm. Do you prefer going to these tournaments or just kind of playing online?
Well, like, I definitely like the aspect of sitting down at a Go bar just, like, in a dojo because,
Mm-hmm.
the main problem with, like, playing Go online is that, uh, you can get distracted so easily, like, in real life, you gotta, like sit in a chair or play on like your like like uh like your knees or whatever and like
Hmm. Oh, do you play
legs
on your
and
knees?
like I, f- I look it's like Seiza I don't yeah something like that
But have you played games while kneeling?
yeah, yeah, oh that's like Like
You have to do that?
it was that mostly before, but like since after you get to like a 2 dawn rating, um,
Hmm.
you um go to a different room and then like
Hmm.
they have chairs in there, so
Oh wow.
it's nice.
Is it hard to kneel for such a long time? Because I feel
Definitely
like.
like the teachers allow us to like after you like say onegaishimasu,
Hmm.
um then like you put your legs kind of to the side a bit so like you're not putting too much stress on your legs if you're
Ah, right, right.
yeah. I used to always do
Oh
that
man.
because it's like tiring.
I
But
wonder if the Korean dojos also still do that. Because I know my mom used to joke about me kneeling to play Go, and I was like, I never do that.
yeah, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, my what was I gonna say? Uh,
I'll let you remember, but in the meantime, I was actually curious about. Well, first off, do you you go to a lot of tournaments over in Japan?
well, at my Go Dojo, they give out flyers, kind of like for like Go tournaments, and then you can just decide if you would like to go to those or not. Yeah,
Uh huh. And how many have you gone to?
like not too many. Like I don't know, maybe like 3, 4,
Hmm.
something like that.
What? Okay, so then the next question is, what time controls are they usually?
Oh, I really wanted to talk about this one because
Yeah.
I think time controls are like in a very important part of the game.
Uh huh.
Um, like usually in like um Go like websites, you either see um like a base time plus Byoyomi with X
Hmm.
like Byoyomi
Number
times
of
you can
Byoyomi periods.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or you have the um what is that time called? Like you called it like Fisher time.
Fisher. Yes.
What was I don't know if I'm calling the right one. Um
I think it's yeah.
the
Fisher is usually the one talked about nowadays.
the one where you like gain time after a move.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
Fisher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
other names for it is like increment
yeah, yeah,
time
yeah, yeah.
or something. Hmm.
Yeah, it's usually one of those two. But
So wait, you've seen Fisher time in
no,
Japanese tournaments?
no, uh I've never seen Fisher time.
Hmm.
Like in my whole time playing Go in real life, I've never seen
Hmm.
Fisher time used.
Hmm.
Person
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get back to your tournaments thing. Um, the thing about tournaments is that it's hard to use both of those times, Fisher time or Byoyomi, because when you do that, it's not restricted to a certain amount of time. So what they do is like, okay, let's say they want the match to like last for an hour,
Uh huh.
okay,
Right.
um and then they give each player 30 um minutes and
Minutes.
like no
Absolute.
yeah, just absolute.
You just have to finish the game. Oh man, you know
That's
that's.
so
Have you played a
stressful.
game like that?
Yes,
You have
like
played a game like that?
that tournament that I went to, that was the time control for that. And
The
it's
main problem with that one is the you can really abuse the time control, right? Like if I am losing this game
yeah,
and
I
I
get
see
your
that
point,
you have, uh huh, I
but
can play millions of end game moves and fill up the board until you lose time,
yeah,
right?
the thing about that is they'll probably kick you out if you do that.
Oh, okay. So there is some like
They
human
will
judgment
they will
involved.
regulate that. Like if you're fighting a co without there being a co, that
Uh huh.
they're probably gonna like they'll like give the opponent the win probably. Like
That makes
and
sense.
they'll probably call like the refs over to like say,
Right. Have you
bro.
ever have you ever had to call a ref over?
Well, at my Go dojo, we were practicing for the tournament. Like we were doing like 30 minutes, and um, uh, and then one person like there were two codes left that were 1 point worth 1 point, and I could definitely get at least one of them because they were both codes, so I could get one of them. You get what I'm saying? They were like two.
I think so.
Yeah, so like there were like two codes, like worth just one stone, like if you take it.
Okay.
And obviously since there's two codes, you're able to get one of them. But I had like 10 seconds left on my clock, so I was just pass, just like as soon as
Oh,
they
just pass.
like yeah, and then I just passed and they were so confused, like and then they just put like their stone in both codes um and then they made
Did you end up winning that game or no?
we'll get to that. um
Okay, got it.
they made like a move, like a co move, even though they didn't have to, like a useless move that just threatens my territory, but obviously I can just defend.
Yeah,
And
right.
they didn't see anything. They were just doing it to get my clock lower, and the teacher walked over and told like her that like you can't like you should like he gave her like a whole talk,
A warning.
and
Oh, right.
then we got the points, and I won by half a point, so yeah.
Wow.
Look,
So it kind of mattered.
it mattered, yeah. Yeah, I won barely.
How do you even plan your game when you know you just have that? And is that common, like that absolute time where you are?
Well, we don't
So the
in our
two-part
Go
question.
dojos, we don't have like a set time. Like, of course, we have like a certain amount of time like per like class, but like it's enough time to where you you can do we do like a Byoyomi system where you get a base time and then a Byoyomi period, and we only do one Byoyomi period usually. So
That makes sense if for a casual game, right?
and like it kind of depends like I think in the morning we do like 30 minute and then 20 seconds or something. Or I think the
30
longest
minutes
we
and then
ever
20
do
seconds.
is
Okay.
30 minute 30 second, but it's not very common. We just do 30 minute 20
Mm-hmm.
seconds, and then in the afternoon we do like 20 minute 15 seconds. And
Mm.
when you first start doing timed, like before you had zero timed, so that's like one thing they could probably improve is like the practice of more time games early on, because
Mm-hmm.
like half like at the start half my games would end with me running out of time because
Oh,
I was not used to time controls.
so you've improved on it though over time.
Yeah, I'm definitely a little better at it.
Do you have a favorite time control or amount of time that you want for a game to last?
Personally, I love as much as time as possible because I think like the purest version of Go you can play is with the most time, with your like best ability to think of what you think is the best move. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think as long as like the most time to where like you can think of what you think is the best move is the best. So, like I don't know, like
So you
30.
like playing like you don't mind playing like a 3 hour game or even longer
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, yeah, I like of course it's more like tiring by playing
Uh
those
huh.
games, but like it feels much better than to lose there than to lose like because you had to like panic and spam a bunch of moves on the board that you didn't even like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually when I
Yeah,
play,
it's a trade-off.
yeah, usually
Go
when I
ahead.
play, um, the game is over with like me and Byoyomi, and the opponent has like 15 minutes left on their clock.
Oh, so you're like a thinker kind of
Yeah.
player, ones who really like to contemplate your move. What are you doing during that time? Is it a lot of reading, or is it a lot of consideration of different possible strategies, or both?
Well, after the well, obviously it depends on the position, but
Sure.
after the opening, you gotta kind of think, well, where's the biggest spot? And then yes, of course, there's like the reading aspect to it. Like, is this piece dead? Well, should I like attack? Like, what would happen if I attack this? Or yeah, and it's kind of
I myself like the shorter games because I think I get a little bit like too in my head with too much time, and I think it's a little like, okay, so here's what I would think: if I have a lot of time, I have to make a judgment during the game. How much time do I have to spend on thinking about this move? And I don't know necessarily what the answer is. Like, um, is this worthwhile to be spending 5-10 minutes thinking about this move, or am I wasting time and it's not that important, I should move on? Whereas if it's a faster game, then I don't have time to think about that. I just make my move and then that's it. And it's like maybe a little less stressful. But I can see your point about it being maybe not the best, like most beautiful, more pure game of Go. But um, it's hard, I think, to strategize about time. I know when I've gone to tournaments, I've felt like there is this there's a part of me that is playing Go, and then there's a part of me that's managing my time. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, um, like time controls is like the part I like really dislike about Go,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also like a necessity for Go at the same time. Like if you didn't have time controls, you could just stall forever. So that's
Right.
yeah.
Which would also not be in the spirit of the
Yeah.
game. And I would say, like, if the referees are kicking you out for playing co-moves to make your opponent's clock run out, which is very valid, right? Like if
Yeah, definitely.
in a super high level pro tournament, you can't just say you can't do that if they're
Yeah.
legal moves, right? I don't think they can. I haven't seen any. I guess pros generally won't do stuff like that either.
Yeah, like
Um,
they
mhm.
won't. I don't think they would let you do that because you could just fill in your own territory, go like fill their territory with moves until one person's clock ran out. There's no 50 move rule in
Right, but the
Go.
thing is that that's why the pros don't play absolute time. So even if you
Yeah,
did
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
somebody
True,
doing
true,
that,
true.
they would have the whole 20-30 second Byoyomi to be
Yeah,
able to handle that.
exactly.
So,
That's the problem.
oh.
Yeah, well, yeah. Personally, I don't see pros playing with absolute times. So yeah, I mean, I don't.
Do you intend on trying to become a pro?
Yeah, like the one hard thing is obviously that um, like there's like you gotta like become a pro before like 18, or else you can't really become a pro. But I think I'm committed enough to go to where even if I didn't go pro, I would like probably go to other countries and maybe like be try for that. Like I'm not really sure how system works in the US though. Do you know how that
Mm.
works?
Yeah, a little bit. So it's kind of it's a lot looser here. But recently the pro system has kind of started up again. So for a few years now, they've been making a pro or every year. And so there's a uh, pro qualifier tournament or something like that. And if you're strong enough, right? Basically, if you're strong enough, you just sign up for these tournaments and you go and you can beat other people there, then you're in the running. And then you can There are people who play over here that that have been trying to go pro and have been going to these pro tournaments every year to see if it's their year. And there are some strong players for sure, but it's not like, it's one pro a year or something like that, right? It's very, very few pros. And I think the AGA, the American Go Association, it just needs to be careful, because I think the longest time they didn't make any pros, because if they make too many pros, then their pros are too weak, right? There's too many people becoming pros. So I think lately they've been it's actually the North American Go Federation, NA Go Fed. Yeah, let me see remind myself who the latest pros were. So I think Guan Yu Song was the 2025 pro, and then before him was Bill Lin in 2024. So actually, I don't know when the tournament will be this year. I assume they're still doing it, but basically before that was a 2022 pro, and then before that was before him was Michael Chen in 2023,
Oh yeah,
2022.
I heard that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 2 pros in 2022, and then before, I think that was the latest. Yeah, before the 2022 pros, the Alexander Chi and Kevin Yang. The previous pro certified here was in 2015, I think. So there was a long gap of no pros.
Oh, that's crazy. You can kind of hear the like the Asian like last names.
Oh yeah, they're all Asian. Am I thinking, like, I think they're actually all Chinese as well, Chinese American or Chinese Canadian. Yeah, because I think here the strongest Go players come from maybe the Chinese American immigrant families who have raised their children on Go. Maybe not everyone's story is different, but there is a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
Actually, if you go to the AGA site, there's actually 2026 pro qualification announcement. It's going to be in July for 6 days. Number of pros, 1. It's going to be in Seattle, so I'm going to keep up with that.
Yeah, you should.
There's also prize money, $2,000 for the winner, which is interesting.
Oh yeah, like I was gonna say, like the prize money is actually like, well, obviously it depends on the place, but it's quite high for Go, just like winning tournaments and stuff, which is pretty incentivizing for like any players wanting to make it like a living. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's also an application form here, and I've never looked into this because I have no intention of becoming a pro, nor the capability. The application just asks you about your history with Go and your name and your what association you're in and your current rating and all that stuff. And I don't know what happens after that, but looks like Hajin Lee is still working very closely. I don't know if you know of her. She's former Korean pro, but she has been doing a lot to promote Go here in North America. But yeah, it's a very small and tight knit kind of qualification, and I don't know how it's like in Europe or other countries. But I wish you the best of luck in your endeavor of going for a pro. If there's a time to do it, it's now when you're the age you are, because for people like me, I don't know, it's just our brains. They don't, and we also don't have a lot of time when we're working full-time jobs and things like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
I know you're also very busy, so it's hard as well for you. But you seem like you're very passionate about the game, so I'm hopeful that you keep playing and you keep trying. As we kind of maybe start wrapping things up, do you have any questions for me? It's totally cool if you don't, but if you were ever wondering anything.
Well, I just wanted to mention one thing, like,
yeah,
because my teacher is like the co-owner of the like website playgo.gg. if like any like listener mail suggestion, there could be listener mail suggestions, and I could suggest that to my teacher, so you could get things from like you could get your suggestions into the game.
Oh, if somebody you're saying like if
Yeah,
somebody tries it out and then they have something they want
yeah,
or want to see in the website. Yeah, if you guys try out playgo.gg, send in some listener mail and I'll
just
and Kai will
yeah,
relay the feedback. Awesome. Okay, so I every time I have a guest, I do rapid fire questions.
yes,
Are you ready?
sure, yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Black or white?
Wait, uh, white. Oh no, it
What?
depends on the board, I guess. Like 19 by 19, I prefer white because of com. I like not having to pay Komi, but I like
Mm.
um black on 9 by 9 because you get like you can play center for the Tengen and
Oh.
attack the white pieces. Yeah.
Don't think I've had that answer before. 9 by 9, 13 by 13, or 19 by 19.
Uh, 19 by 19.
4-4 or 3-4.
4-4
Online or over the board.
over the board.
Byoyomi or Fisher.
Uh, Yoyomi, I guess. They're pretty close, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a favorite pro?
No. Oh, like I don't really know many pros. I only know
Uh huh.
like Lee Sedol, so I don't really
Okay.
know the
We'll
pro
we'll
scene.
we'll pencil him in.
Mhm.
Favorite Go book.
Um, Sparnago.
No Go. Okay, that counts. Resign respectfully or hope for a mistake.
Um, if I can tell that I'm like definitely losing, then I would resign. Yeah. But it's all as long as you're not losing like crazy, it's always nice to like even when you're losing, you still try your best. Yeah.
Let's say there's like
There's a
a
line.
tiny like tiny small chance that they might not see something.
Yeah. Maybe try one last trick and then if that fails,
Yeah.
then resign.
Right. That's what I do too. Attack or defense?
It's actually really fun just not caring about your stones and just attacking carelessly. And then like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess like I don't really like defending, so I guess attack.
Attack seems like because you don't like defending. Okay, blitz or long games? Like quick.
Long
I
games.
think I know this answer. Yeah,
Yes.
right. Long games. Do you have a favorite Go variant?
Not really sure.
Have you played many Go variants?
Like I've thought of the concept of Go variants. I was recommending to my teacher. I was like, oh, just like chess.com, you should like add like Go variants on playgo.gg. But no, I don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is definitely lacking in a lot of the Go servers. There's not much support for the
Yeah,
variants
I
in
heard.
like.
Oh yeah, I think I
Mhm.
heard you talk in one of your episodes about there being like a variant on one of the servers.
I think there is a possible there you can play Rengo on OGS.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
Ringo is pretty fun, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, it's a little hard to get the right
There's a
people together
yeah.
for it, but
There's like
um,
a lot of
yeah.
things we do. We do like well, there's a lot of Japanese names, but it's like Dantaisen. I think that's like kind of like teams. I'm not sure, but yeah.
hmm Yeah, I wish I could play a team game because I've never done that before, where you have like three boards or whatever, and like in Hikaru no Go. But I thought that would be cool. Um, Single convex or double convex?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is? Okay, so you know the ghost stones. Some of them are like flat on one side.
And
The Chinese ones usually.
not really. I've never
Really?
heard of that.
So, okay, well, I assume in Japan, the ones that you play with, they're like curvy on both sides and they kind of
Yes.
wobble,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in China, um, most of their stones are flat on one side and curvy on the other side. So when you put them down, they don't wobble at all. And one neat thing about it is when you're doing reviews, you can flip them over to just mark that there were various purposes while you're reviewing, but you can kind of mark certain stones as like, oh, these ones um, are here and they're flipped over, and you can kind of mark them when you're reviewing. But a lot of people like the single convex. Some people like the double convex. I guess you haven't tried the single convex, so you can't really say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty interesting, but like when I go to pick up my stones from like the bowl of stones, I
Hmm.
usually take it and just put it between my fingers, kind of like if you've seen like uh,
Right. Right.
yeah, and like I don't pay attention to which side's on the bottom, so I'd feel like if if I were to play with those single convex stones, I would just grip it on the like wrong side half the time, so I'd have to like flip
Right.
it within my fingers. Just
Yeah.
from thinking, I would say double convex, but I can't really say that much because obviously I don't have any experience with.
Yeah. Me myself. I'm a on team double convex. But I have played with single convex stones, and it's not as bad as I would have thought. Like you could just kind of easily, like right as soon as you pick it up, tell which side is which.
Oh,
But it is
cool.
nice to just have like a symmetrical stone. But that's anyway. I like double convex too. Influence or territory?
I I mean, I usually like playing Star Point, so um I think I'm going more for influence, probably. Yeah, because I
Hmm.
think overall at the end of the game, I think influence will help more, I guess. I'm not really sure, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like influence.
Yeah. Okay. That's playing to improve or playing for fun.
Both. Yeah.
Both.
Because
Yeah. Go ahead.
it like obviously like what are you doing if you're playing Go for just to like be just for the sake of being good at Go, but also oh yeah, and like but also if you're if you're having fun, I guess that's fine, but like what it kind of just depends on how serious you are about Go. I think I'm pretty serious about Go, so I um like I want to have fun. That's kind of like the enjoyment of Go, but I
Hmm.
also really like enjoy improving it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget who I had a guest on who said same thing that playing to improve is playing for fun, and I thought that was a good answer. Finally, we have. Do you have a favorite Go proverb?
Um, Let me think. This is a hard one. Um, oh, like I think there was like one where like never like touch um like invading stones or something. I'm not really sure.
Hmm. Do you find that one helpful for you?
Yeah, because usually you just like get they try to invade on one side, you cut, and then they invade on the other side, and it's an Atari. So sometimes it's kind of like
Touch. Never touch invading stones. I've never really thought about that one much. I actually I think my attacking instincts, because you know how like a lot of times when you're trying to attack,
yeah.
you almost want to not touch them and just like
You
make
don't
them
want to
feel
get too
cramped as
close, yeah.
possible.
You don't want to get
Yeah,
too
because then they
close.
can start shenanigans.
And then they might even try to capture if you're way too close. Because yeah,
Yeah, but that makes sense. Never touch invading stones.
be-
I'll think about that one more.
yeah.
Well, I had a great time talking to you. I could keep talking, to be honest.
Yeah, same here.
I'm glad. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I think our listeners will be interested to hear about from the perspective of someone who is playing in Japan and super passionate about the game. And I'm sure you'll go far with this Go journey, and I'm really hopeful for you. Again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Do you have any last words, anything you want to say to the good people out there?
Enjoy, go to your fullest extent, I guess. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I feel very lucky to have been able to have a conversation with Kai. A lot of stuff that might feel very normal to him is fascinating to me, where I can't, I don't know what it's like over there in Japan, and all the things that he's going through. I feel like I could get like a tiny crack at what, I could look through like a little tiny crack in the wall to spy on what he's experiencing as a Go player over in Japan, but I don't have the wealth of knowledge of all the stuff he's experiencing, and neither does he on what I experience over here as an adult Go player here running a podcast about Go in the States. So it's really awesome to have these two very different perspectives come together and talk about Go. It's awesome just talking about Go with anyone, really. But I really enjoyed my conversation with Kai. I thank him and also his dad to help set this interview up, and I hope he enjoyed his time on the show as well. Now it's time for the DDK Advice Corner, and the tip of the day is decide which stones you care about. So I feel like, if you have some stones on the board, you really should know how you're going to value those stones. If those stones are very important to you, you should, set them up for success and add more stones there and reinforce and make sure they don't get crowded out. And if there's stones that you feel like you can let go, then maybe don't invest so much in those stones. I feel like players sometimes they put some stones down and they're not really like taking too good care of them, but then later on when they get super under attack, they're like, I don't want to let them go, and then they start trying to save them, and then the entire whole game is about saving those stones. So I think it's important to settle in your heart when you have some stones and think about whether you want to treat those stones like your baby or you want to sacrifice them. Of course, things can change over time, and you definitely have to read the board. But I would say, if you find yourself having some stones that you definitely cannot sacrifice, then, play like it, right? Add some stones and make sure they're safe. And that's the tip of the day. And now it's time for some listener mail. Okay, we actually have a few things to go over on listener mail, but we're running a little long today, so I'm gonna postpone some of the listener mail. I apologize if you've been waiting for me to read your mail. I promise I'll get to it in the next episode, but we'll do one today, and this one is from Jesse. Hey, I caught your reply to my email, but I'm still way back in the archives. I'm actually trying to build a Go community right now in my new hometown. I'm really only about 10Q on my best days, so I have a lot of imposter syndrome, and it's really stressful dealing with so many people. I hear you, but 10Q, don't sell yourself too short. 10Q is very good, right? Among the spectrum of Go players, I know we kind of downplay ourselves as Q players, especially when down players exist, but 10Q is actually quite skilled at Go, so I wouldn't play it down, and especially when somebody comes up to you and they try to learn Go, they're gonna look up to you, right? So if you're setting up a club, either you're gonna get players who are not as skilled as you, looking up to you, looking to learn from you, or people who are more skilled than you, adding more knowledge value to the club, and then you can, you leverage off of them. So I think, try not to sweat it. 10Q is a certified Go player, hobbyist, whatever, right? Yesterday, I got into a game with a player that I really respect, but I got really fed up with his takebacks and demanding that I say Atari. Oh, man. It was a fun game, and I got into a really cool position that's hard to describe, especially I had no eyes, but I did have running bamboo joints all connected to Ko's. I was pretty sure that when everything resolved, I was in a good place. It went my way when it all snapped back and I claimed 10 stones or so. Then my opponent started complaining and telling me that I wasn't playing honorably, so I told him he could take back the move if he wanted. Oh boy. I diligently placed all the stones and I planning to play from the reset. But when it all got set back up, I just wasn't interested anymore. Yeah, I feel like I could find myself feeling that way as well. So I just threw a prisoner in his bowl and said, I concede. He got really upset with me and an argument followed. Any thoughts? To clarify, I did say Atari. He complained that I didn't specify double Atari. Oh man, that's very picky and choosy. And that's very picky and choosy. I don't know if there's a better way to say it, but I mean, you really don't have to say Atari. We've had a really good talk about it since. He's realized that he's too strong of a player to be asking to be warned about Atari. So happy ending. I'm glad it came with a happy ending. I'm glad, you don't see stories like that very much, where people have some like really like strong personality trait that's kind of maybe rubs people the wrong way, and then they realize they're being a little too strong at that. So it's really good that you guys communicated and resolved that. I'm really happy to see that. But yes, I mean, overall, you can't be demanding your opponent say Atari. That is like, that is a gesture you give to somebody as you're teaching the game. Maybe you might say like, oh, I'll say Atari for you because you're a beginner, right? But especially at a level where it seems like you're playing at. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to be frustrating when you lose 10 stones. And I think in an emotional place that you were in, that you conceded, I totally understand that. So, I mean, I wouldn't blame you for that. I mean, if you had the utmost best possible composure, you would just play the game through and just try not to play with that player again. But hey, you guys mended the friendship, so I think I'm very happy for you guys. So thanks for writing in, Jesse. And like I said, I will get to all the other listener mails next episode, so keep tuned for that. But the question of the week this week is, what are you curious about Go in Japan or other countries? What would you ask someone from another country what Go is like in their nation? I got to ask some questions that I was curious about to Kai, but I still have a lot of curiosity in my brain that's left unscratched. But if you want to share your thoughts on that question, or you have a Go story you want to share, a question of your own you want to ask me, leave a comment wherever you found this episode, or email me directly at starpointpaduk@gmail.com. That's starpointpaduk@gmail.com. If you're a YouTube listener, I would greatly appreciate a like and a subscribe. If you're a podcast listener, reviews, ratings, follows, they all help. A special thank you to James B., Brandon S., Tristan, Jeff H., and Tyraniton, and Andrew P. I'm sorry, Andrew, for supporting Starpoint. If you want to support the show in any capacity, you can go to ko-fi.com/starpointpaduk, that's ko-fi, or check out the Starpoint store at store.starpointpaduk.com. And come on over to the Discord. You can find the link in the description. Now, you know what the difference is between a beginner Go player, like total beginner, like 30Q, and a Go clock that turned into a human. One is a first timer, and the other was a timer first. Thanks for listening. Keep playing Go.